All right, everybody, welcome back to another week with the OXFamily. And we left you last in Bufadora, where we got hassled by a restaurateur. I don't know if that's even what you call it, but we did get scammed and paid $35 for a carne asada plate, which is pretty expensive even for the States.
So on Monday, we got the heck out of Bufadora.
That was the last straw for us. So we headed, basically we drove 2 hours south to my online friend Matt from
He's
Camp
your buddy
Fort
now?
Lauderdale. Yeah, now we're besties. Matt's a guy that I've followed for years and years and years, and he does tours in Baja, like off-road overland tours in Baja. Like I mentioned last week, if you guys need anything in Baja or traveling down here, or you just want a tour because you don't know what you're doing, Matt is your guy. He's super knowledgeable. It's been down here leading tours for a while now. And yeah, good guy too. Great guy. So we went 2 hours south, headed down, and met him. And that was your first off-road trailer experience.
Oh, yeah. So Matt had sent Jason directions like
via email, but
it never showed up. And so Google Maps took us down this crazy steep off-road trail, and I was driving off, of course, and so...
And it just reminds me of the first time I took her off-road on a power line road in Portland, and she was so panicked, and it was just a flat, bumpy road. And now here she is years later.
This was like straight down.
It was,
I had to pull the truck in the
not
trailer.
only straight down, but it was like off, like potholed off camber, so you were basically doing this the whole time. And she took the trailer all the way down and did good. You did amazing. I think you just about pooped your pants, but but you did good. And actually, Matt swung around and met us right there. So he gave us the run back to Casa Cuatro, which is, he lives on the back of that property, but it's a little surf hostel. Basically just pulled in, kind of chilled, talked for a while, had a little bonfire that night, and then went to bed.
Yeah, on Tuesday Matt decided to take us on an off-road trail, and so I'll let Jason tell you about that.
Yeah, so he took us to
you totally
Rancho.
cut me up.
What?
Nothing. You cut me off.
You handed it over to me.
Go ahead.
So Tuesday morning we got up bright and early, and Matt had offered to take us on a off-road little tour. So we spent the day going through the backcountry of Baja and into Rancho Coyote, which is a beautiful little ranch, and it's a working cattle ranch. And the scenery out there was beautiful. I mean, the tour he took us on was amazing. We went like up some bluffs, through a bunch of water crossings, like over the mountains.
Jason kept saying like, oh, this part reminds me of Wyoming, or oh, this part reminds me of Arkansas, or
yeah.
So like every little bit of the trail kind of reminded him of different things.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, so we were planning on leaving on Wednesday to head down to Guerrero.
You just cut me off.
I did? That was my point, because we gotta move this along, baby. Wednesday we had planned to go down to Guerrero Negro, and Tuesday night we decided, you know what, we need water, we need to get our laundry done, we need a few groceries, so that's kind of what we did on Wednesday. We went into town, went to the grocery store, dropped our laundry off, and...
So we... Yes?
No.
I don't even remember the name of that town, to be honest.
It was like 45 minutes south of where you lived.
Yeah, so it's probably about 3 hours south of Ensenada.
Yeah. We don't know the names of towns.
It's hard to, I mean, they're in different languages. It's hard to remember the names of everything.
Keep track of where you're going.
Yeah. And then the next morning, we left, not bright and early, but pretty early. Said bye to Matt.
It was like 8 o'clock, I think we left.
Yeah, and so we headed south. Matt suggested we make it down to Catavina and then camp there, and then head down to San Ignacio. And by the time we were down at Catavina, it was only like 11:30 noon, something like that. And so we're like, well, let's just keep going to Guerrero Negro. So we made it before dark and pulled into, it was basically an RV park.
Probably the only one in Guerrero Negro.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. Pretty good food, though, at that little restaurant there.
Yeah.
So we had dinner, and we actually, when we were there...
So yeah, we pulled in, and this other couple had just pulled in their RV as well, and they were setting things up, and I had seen them at a military checkpoint. And this couple, Andrew and Christina, they were actually from New Jersey, and they had a little boy who was 4 named Luca, and so we all kind of hit it off, and
yeah, they're good.
Ended
good
up
people.
Just got to go and sat around our little campfire, and
Yeah,
just had a night of it.
Yeah, talk story and hung out. It was fun. It's fun, kind of like, especially when you actually connect as a couple with other people on the road. And then the kids, Luca's about Jackson's age, and they were like 2 peas in a pod because they're both super rough. So they were just basically beating each other up for the time we were hanging out, which was good for them. But
yeah, so basically we got up the next morning, and they had said they were going to head to Baja Conception.
Yeah.
Is that, Matt had told us, hey, stop in San Ignacio. Like, it's a really cool little place. And so we had told them, like, we're going to stop here and have lunch. You guys are more than welcome to join us. And so they did. And we spent a couple hours there walking around this really cool church.
when you pull in, it's like an oasis. You pull in and all of a sudden there's like all these palm trees and everything. And in San Ignacio, there's actually a spring that pops up. And when you pull into the old church from like 1700s, it's an old mission from the 1700s, you actually pull right past where the spring pops up, and there's all these animals and stuff. So it's kind of like a desert oasis. And then you pull in and there's this old church and a little town square and a few little shops around there. And so, yeah, we spent lunch eating at a restaurant with Christina and Andrew, and then hit the road. And we kind of, through all this, decided, well, let's just head down to Baja Conception with them, because we were planning on going to Mulegé.
One thing I didn't realize about Mulegé, like, I thought Mulegé was like right on the beach.
It's a river town, so it's right on the river.
Yeah.
The river like goes right through, which is pretty. But it's not a beach town necessarily. It's about 15 minutes away from Baja Conception, where we're at now. This whole area is called Baja Conception, so I'll put a map here so you can see kind of what it looks like. But it's a bay that cuts way inland, and then where we are right now is Playa Santispac. So Playa is beach in Spanish, and Santispac is the place that we're at. And so we powered in, got in about...
It was like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it wasn't too late. We perched up right next to this palapa, and then they pulled up behind us, and we kind of made our own little town square.
Yeah, Andrew's a chef, so he
yeah.
cooked dinner for us, I think Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, which was amazing.
Yeah, he's a good cook.
They have a restaurant in New Jersey. It's called Homestyle to Go. So if you're ever in New Jersey area, check them out.
We had our own personal chef for 3 days. It was amazing. And then Saturday we got up, and I don't remember what we did Saturday.
There's all like, you wake up and there's vendors,
right.
You know, they have fresh squeezed orange juice or empanadas or cinnamon buns. And so literally you have like breakfast delivered to you
Yeah.
every single day, or lunch. They'll just drive around, and it's like $1 for a big cinnamon roll. And so we did that for breakfast, and our friends Mel and Luke, who we had met in San Felipe, they had told me that they were going to be down in this area as well.
And these were the friends that we talked about earlier, and we stayed in that like rundown RV park. So these are the same people.
So Christina and the kids and I walked down, and sure enough, there was Mel and Luke way at the end. And so I was like, I found you guys. And so we had all kind of hung out a little bit on Friday night.
Yeah, on Saturday it was just kind of a big free-for-all. We all hung out. Kids were back down at they're basically at the other end of the beach that we are. So the kids were running back and forth, and we were just kind of free-ranging it. It was fun. And then Sunday we woke up, which was Valentine's Day, and I completely forgot Valentine's Day. We don't really celebrate Valentine's Day typically, so it just kind of passes me on by.
Anyways, Andrew did get lobster for us all for Valentine's Day, so that was our Valentine's Day meal. We put the kids to bed, and the 4 of us had dinner together.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, Sunday we just had a beach day. We laid around on the beach and
went
paddled around and
yeah,
just had a relaxing day.
Yeah, so that was it. That was our week. I'm thinking this is probably going to be one of the shortest wrap-ups that we've done.
Probably not.
Anyways, all that said, thanks for following along on our journeys. And go check out this week's video because it's the walkthrough for our trailer. I know I said I'd be back with our regular videos, but we wanted to get this walkthrough done because we've had a lot of questions and a lot of interest in our trailer, and so we have been procrastinating.
We have not been procrastinating.
We've just been...
the odds have been against us.
Yeah, we've been fighting audio. It's really windy, so it's hard to get it all done. But anyways, so go check out this week's video, the walkthrough of the Overkill Camper, aka the Oxbox, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, follow us, do all the things, and we'll see you guys next week on A Week with the OXFam.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to say that.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys next week on A Week with the OXFam.
See you later.
See you guys next week.